Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And today we're making something that I don't even know how to categorize it because it's a wonderful dinner. It's a great appetizer. And how would you describe it?
Keep going. I have something to say in a minute.
And snack. I mean, it really is one of our favorite dishes to make. And our kids love having their friends.
Tell what it's called.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. It's in plants. We have it in two places, in two different books, because we've made two different versions. One that's plant strong or plant friendly for those who don't have heart disease, and then show the name of the book.
In Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook for patients with heart disease.
It's on page. What is that? Oh my gosh, 130 in Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook, and it's on page 183.
It's called Dr. Seuss.
Plant Strong.
Dr. Seuss Stack Polenta. And here it's called Enlightened Dr. Seuss Stack Polenta. But before anything, I want to tell you about...
Oh, it's on the cover. It's on the cover.
Yes. Oh. I want to tell you about this amazing dish. My husband and I were sitting on our porch one nice summer day. Jane arrived with this creation, and we couldn't believe it. So she brought one of these little amazing things for us, and we devoured it and said, "Are there any more?" I mean, they are stunningly good.
And it's such a great combination of flavors. I think what it makes it kind of a winning thing is that it's got the foundation of polenta and sweet potato and a tomato, and in between it is this garlicky walnut sauce. And then either a lemon basil, or if you like it, a lime cilantro, just pop of flavor, and then balsamic glaze. So it's got savory and sweet and then just calming, and then a little zip. Anyway, here we go. So it starts with polenta. You can either make your own polenta rounds or get this. This is called a chub of polenta, and it is, you got that, Wade? Mm-hmm. It is just a tube of pre-made polenta, and it's firm, ready to go. Cut this open, and it's almost just like cutting a, what is this like cutting a? I don't know.
A tube of chub polenta.
Yes, it's we actually should probably cut it open. But what it looks like is when you put it on a pan, it looks just like these rounds. And then you cook these, and we pre-cook these. These are been 20 minutes at 350. And then they get a little bit of a tiny little skin on top, if you will. And the bottom might still be soft, but they're so just mellow, kind of flavorless, because they'll adopt whatever's around it. So this is the first part.
And they adopt that awesome walnut sauce.
Now, so we have our polenta chub sliced into pieces, and this is about 1 centimeter thick. About 1 centimeter. I was trying to identify the other day, this isn't a 1/4 inch, it isn't 1/2 inch, and this great woman in the audience who was from Europe, she's like, "It's a centimeter."
But that doesn't mean anything. So so what is a centimeter?
Well, we should know. I know. We Americans should know, for goodness sake. And then the next thing you want to get is a similarly, the girth of this is, just get a feel for that. And then the girth of a sweet potato you want to get. Now don't get, I'll have a whole bunch of crazy ones. Hold on, I know I'm off camera, but don't get a sweet potato that's this big. I mean, this is way too big. This is way bigger girth than this.
You'd have a hanging over sweet potato.
You'll see why this is not right. And you don't want to get a tiny, teeny one, because this is too small. And then
Jane, doesn't matter. It would be interesting.
This section would be good, but this is not good, so I wouldn't bother with this one.
It's best to get the orange sweet potato, just because it's pretty. But you could get the Japanese sweet potato. You could get a purple sweet potato.
Anything. And because what you're going to do is cut these then about 1 centimeter thick, and make a stack of these. And I've cooked these sweet potatoes. I cooked these. You can cook them however you like. These have been cooked. I made 2 because I didn't know if this one was going to be nice and orange on the inside. Sometimes they have a black streak in the middle, and it just is not black. It's not always. See, it's kind of like the game.
Jane, don't you usually cook those? You put them on a pan and cook them like.
I sometimes do, and I sometimes don't, because they get kind of dried out sometimes. So These, oh, here's my dish. So these then, you want to have as many rounds of these as you do polentas. And how many do I have over there? 4,
Oh, I'm so excited.
8,
We're making a
12.
lot of these. Ooh.
Yeah. And when I get down this small, this is sort of the tip for the chef, because when it gets too small, it isn't going to fit around the. Well, you'll see why. And this one is extra right now. So we've got this our cooked polenta, sliced about a centimeter thick, 20 minutes, 350. This I cooked in the microwave, and now the tomatoes we're going to do similarly. And the girth of these is a little bit smaller than these sweet potatoes, so this is perfect. If you have a big heirloom tomato, it's going to be way too big. And we're going to cut these about 1 centimeter of thickness. Thank you, Anne.
Tell me,
You're doing great. You've done that a million times, you know.
Right, but now I'm.
So we're going to make these now, and Anne's going to do 2 samples. I'm going to do 2 samples. So what you do is you take your round of cooked polenta and you put some walnut sauce. Oh, this is just ambrosia. The food of the oh, all right. I'm doing that side. Doesn't matter. Food of the gods. And then after you do that, put on. What do you need, Anne?
I need a tovolo.
For what?
Excuse me.
Here's this.
Tovolo.
Tovolo. She needs the tovolo.
Jiminy Christmas. Got it.
And you can't close the drawer. She made such.
And you need to have lots of walnut sauce.
No, just a thin layer.
I like it thick. I love the walnut sauce.
And then, did you do 12 of these? Or I'll do more.
Yeah, I did.
Well, okay, did you enough for one,
I did. I'll do more.
Oh, that's fine. This is perfect. This is perfect. And then you put on a layer of tomato. Oh, and before I continue, we have to do one of the magical parts of it, which is the lemon basil sauce.
Before you go any farther, please include the skin of the tomato, because that's where all the power is.
That's not a tomato.
I mean, of the potato.
The sweet potato.
Because that's where everything powerful is.
Okay, so now we're going to do what I almost forgot when I have this big machine right here to remind me, is we're going to make the lemon basil sauce. And it really is just that. Pardon my reach. It is just lemon and basil. The lemon basil sauce is we're going to squeeze a whole bunch of lemons, probably, I don't know, well, it depends on how much you're making. We're making a ton of these. So I have a bunch of basil, and I have a basil plant if I need more. And we're going to put the basil into the Cuisinart and add enough lemon juice to make this be sort of a runny sauce. It's going to have lots of little chunks of basil in it and lots of lemon juice. So in this goes juicy lemon. Will you juice some of these too with me? We're probably going to do at least 2 full, lemons. Does that work for you? Or that? Oh, I think we're going to actually need a little more. These are pretty juicy lemons, but the whole point is to get enough juice. Oh, do you have a good one there, Ann? Ooh, oh, we got more outside. Oh, ah, that is everywhere. I think we're going to need a little more than those 2. And I got it. Can you pull some of the big leaves off of the tree behind you? Okay. So we're going to add.
Don't you have basil in there already?
I need a little more. Big leaves. Okay. So I'm putting about 3 lemons and probably, I don't know, they're juicy lemons. These are good lemons. My mom's had one of hers, went everywhere. It was so excited to, boom. Oh, I mean, like, let's get some leaves. Yeah. Okay, so we have probably 2 cups of, you can put that in the compost, just get it out of the scene. Thank you. And 3 lemons. If we need more, we'll add more. But right now, I'm going to see how this ratio goes. Let it whiz. And what do you think? Is it juicy enough? Can we see in there? Top shot. I think we want to have it a little bit runnier, believe it or not. So how many lemons do we have in there now? 3? We're going to do 4. Just because this is a little too much, not too much basil, but
If you just zip it a little bit, it'll run.
I think we need another lemon. And you are the acid queen. So, let's see. Yeah, look at that. See how that's not so runny, Ann? Look. It's still a little bit. We'll just add more juice. Speaking of acid queen, my mom is nickname. But since we've been doing a lot of tire dragging lately, and we had some tire dragging at our camp recently, someone wrote and they said, well, your mom, her name really should be, because of all her tire dragging, she should be not the acid queen, but the drag queen. I love that. I love that. Thought that was so perfect. Okay. Now, here we go. This should be good. All right, yeah, I can tell just because it's you know what, the good indicator, it's kind of running down the sides a little bit, so it's juicy enough to be kind of a sauce. And that'll be my good indicator.
Where are you putting that?
We're going to put it on top.
No, where are you going to?
We're just going to live out of here. That's fine. So here's this yummy sauce. I don't know if the top shot's far enough away or too far away, but here is a sense. I'm just going to get a little scoop of it. Here's a sense of how it just is enough to be a sauce and drip, drip, drip. Okay. So I'll bring it over. I'll bring it over. So here. Okay. You're going to put this on. Here, the top shot. Just drizzled on. Can you see that above? Nice. And you're going to have a little lemon juice dripping on the sides and a little basil chunks. And this just smells,
But most of all, isn't it beautiful looking, the colors? Ooh.
When you're making this, everyone just goes, what is that? What is that? I smell pesto. But the thing is, I smell basil, which is so good. So we're almost done. We're almost done. What we do now to top it off, and it makes you feel so chefy. Here, I'm going to get you one too, Ann. Is you get your balsamic glaze, and there's a whole variety out there of balsamic glazes available.
Read the ingredients on them because some of them have got unnecessary.
Yeah, one had milk in it, and we're like, this is balsamic glaze. And what I'm going to show you here is a top shot. Make sure it has a squirt spout. What's the name for that? A nipple on top. Here, so what you're going to do is be chefy, and drizzle a beautiful pattern on top of yours. Oh, look at that top shot. Don't we look like chefs? Look, I like
to keep mine all on the thing because what's the point of putting it on the chain?
Outside the lines, baby.
This looks so nice. That looks sloppy.
That looks like a chefy. The whole point is, the reason why I call it Dr. Seuss stacked polenta is, what are you eating? That's part of my design.
It's so good.
Okay. The reason why we call it Dr. Seuss stacked polenta is my kids were young when I was making these, and we were reading Yertle the Turtle, which is, he's a turtle that's on the bottom and other turtles are stacked on top. And also there's a thing called the star-belly sneetches. And so I put a star on top of this Yertle the Turtle stack. So it's called Dr. Seuss stacked polenta because Dr. Seuss was on my mind so much while we were making them. But the key to eating these now is
to use a knife and fork.
Yes.
Because then you can eat them and get the whole taste flavor by using a knife. And you need to have sharp knives.
Yeah, we'll show you. Wade, you're going to try this. You're going to love this.
Wow.
Let's give it a taste.
One thing, you could even make your own balsamic glaze by just cooking down a balsamic vinegar.
I've never done that, have you?
I have.
You have? Did you mean to cook it down? Okay, I'm gonna have Wade give a taste of this too. So you very carefully cut it in half. You want to cut yours? You can have yours.
I'm watching you.
You've done this a million times.
No,
Here, oh, it's so cool. Here, wait, get a picture inside. See that beautiful sort of inside half shot. So I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut it in quarters.
Because I'm just looking at that quarter, wanting to eat that quarter.
Here, wait, try that. Try that. Yummy, yummy. Oh,
now, get lots of that glaze.
Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm. A lot of flavors going on.
A lot of flavors going on. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. All right, you guys, I hope that you stack your own polenta and have as many beautiful flavors. Again, we have polenta, walnut sauce, sweet potatoes, walnut sauce, tomato slice, and then lemon basil sauce that kind of has a little bit of a drippiness to it. And then you top it off.
Oh, one other key thing, when you make these, you can make them ahead of time easily, but wait until the last minute to do
the glaze.
The glaze.
Because it...
Oh, Jane, you're ruining my...
Oh. Okay, enjoy yours. Thank you.
Bye.